Hello everyone, it is the Almighty Jeff, and this is episode 39 of Resident Evil 2. And that is the first time that I've said the words Resident Evil 2 in an intro to a video in about 3 years. Obviously this will fit in straight with the other episodes that we previously recorded way back. We're talking years ago, obviously. And this is going to be my attempt, and hopefully my successful attempt, at getting through the 60 bullet challenge. So if we go to our bonus, I can't remember what it is, Records Go Survivors, yeah. We are after Gunslinger, that's the one that we're going for today. Complete the no way out scenario without firing more than 60 handgun shots. So, if you may remember, I think it should have been the previous episode to this one that you guys will see. This is one that me, Matt, and Ollie attempted, and me and Ollie could not even finish this level. It was Matt who ended up winning it for us in the end. So I'm basically going to be winning it for the first time, and also doing it with a massive handicap as well. So we're going to get into this. This has pretty much been the reason why this return to the series has been put off for so long, because this is a very intimidating challenge. I've made like a semi little guide to sort of try and follow in order to get this thing done, as in like the best places to use certain weapons and to lay traps and stuff like that. No doubt it's going to take me many attempts to do it, but if anything, I'm a very stubborn person. So if we go over to our records, you can actually keep track of how many bullets that you have used. So if you're getting worried that you're getting close to it, you can basically keep track of this one. And obviously if it goes over 61, you failed the challenge. So 60 is the absolute cap. But yeah, rightio. Come on. Obviously it's you can keep track of whether the zombie's actually dead or not, because obviously Resident Evil tends to dupe you sometimes with whether or not they're actually dead or not, because they'll just get back up. Or okay, that's not a great start. This is also my first time actually playing this game in a few years, so I've got that as a handicap as well. It's not like I'm coming straight off the Let's Play. Okay, so this is me coming in post, and when I say post, this is actually recorded in November of 2024. This is currently August of 2025 when I'm putting this in, because originally I didn't have any commentary whatsoever as we went through this game mode, because this is, as you may have seen, the 10th attempt, and I was fully focused on concentrating. And I just cut out all the other attempts at me failing, because if you want to see a compilation of us failing this activity, then all you need to do is look at the previous episode. So I figured actually show you me beating the challenge for this one. So the first half of this really will come in waves of 10. You obviously want to make sure that you're sort of mentally keeping note of how many bullets that you have used, but if you do get a bit flustered and forget which ones how many you've used, then there's nothing stopping you from just checking that menu to see how many you've used. I end up using 59 just because I want to make sure that I definitely get it. But yeah, obviously aim for headshots, try and get them at the door if you can. You don't really want them wandering all over the show. You'll see that obviously one backpack was dropped there, so we can start putting herbs together to make a full heal, ideally. Now, within this first 10, there should be one that will drop a canister. Or, that comes in like the flamethrower on its back. And as you there it is coming in through the door there. You want to lure them towards this back door, but obviously not to detonate them, because we're going to use that to take out multiple zombies in one go. So we're just going to lure them towards us. Obviously they're a bit... You've got to be careful with them, because how easy is it to kill them, and it's safe to shoot them and to obviously blow it up. So a safe way of doing it, obviously not safe for us, but to stop the detonation, is just letting them contact you. Obviously he give me a quick bite there, but we can shrug it off, and it just means then that we can save that, like I said, to take out multiple. So we're into the next wave of 10 now. We're going to try and lure a few of these guys towards the back door. I don't think yet. I mean, they still do come in shorter waves, especially towards the start. But they will keep moving in until a certain point. But yeah, you want to use the spark shot when you can. Obviously, once you get other weapons, it's always best if you've still got the pistol and the sort of standard zombies, and you still have ammo that you can spare. Use those, but with these guys, they are armoured, which means that they're going to take even more shots to go down, and you've got to have very direct aim in order to take them out properly. So with those guys, just use the spark shot, but I think this is the point where I do actually use the... Well, I think I try to, and then I... it's trying to get a direct shot because, obviously, maximising the efficiency. We do have another guy with a backpack there. Not a backpack, sorry. A fire extinguisher. We took out a group of them. But yeah, it's just trying to set traps and then just use those traps efficiently. It's not always going to go well. Like I said, this was my 10th attempt at in this particular session to get it done. And if you just find that you're off to a poor start, if you're wasting more ammo, if you've taken a lot of hits, if you end up missing out one of these, it's easy just to restart, because you don't want to get to the later stages and then realise that you're screwed because you've not used the weapons to your advantage, really. Yeah, obviously this is where I use it ultimately. I think this is a good place to do it because obviously those are the poison zombies and you don't really want to deal with them at all, if at all possible, because they will cause you to stagger and cough as you remain poisoned, which means you've either got to use a full heal, or if that's not available to you, you're just going to end up staggering around for ages. But this is far from a perfect run, but it just goes to show that it is workable. You can make mistakes. I'd say that a lot with certain challenges that I do on my channel, because I am far from perfect at any game that I play for the most part, and yet, you know, I do ultimately manage to do them. So I think that's an example that could have gone better. I think I should have... I got poisoned and I did miss one of the shells then, but always dispose of weapons as soon as you've fully used them, because you want to keep room for other stuff. But I got poisoned again. That is, you know, we're looking at rookie errors here, but this is the attempt where I actually won, so... but yeah, as long as it's a little bit quieter, you don't really have to worry too much about the poison and staggering you. You can see I used 53 there, so I used a bit more, but pretty much getting to the end of its usefulness. But it's always best to kill those poison zombies from as far away as possible, so you don't get caught in the blast. I don't believe the poison actually affects regular zombies, so it's not like if you kill them nearby, it will take them all out. But and I know it's a lot to ask, but I think the best thing you can really do in this is just to not panic. It's not like you're going to be losing hours at a time if you end up dying. I think it took me just over 15 minutes on this successful attempt. But yeah, you just try to keep it cool about you, don't start spraying and praying. But you see, just load them all together. Managed to get a big, juicy multi-kill there, which is really good. I can start putting together another heal. I got 55, so still doing okay, still doing good. I think this is also the point where the white zombies start coming in, from the ones who specifically come with the ghost survivors who slow down with the... Yeah, there they are. When you get shot, I'm fairly sure the only way you can take those out realistically is to use the spark shot. So you want to make sure that you have one available for that. But yeah, I think with this as well, like I said, we're still in the first half, so nobody's going to come in now until this zombie is dead. I'm going to lure him towards the back. And yeah, I think I want to keep hold of the flashes because they can get you out of scrapes, really, if you get into a sticky situation later. so I figured I'd just take the hit. But yeah, obviously, the best way of doing it definitely is always just to lure those bombs to the back door. Like, this guy's just not going down, but thankfully there he does. So I could have used another bullet. I think, like 60 bullet maximum. I'm fairly sure I could have used another one, but I decided I'd rather play it safe and just use 59, just in case. So, obviously, if the only purpose you're doing is to do the challenge, just get rid of the pistol as soon as you've reached it, because otherwise you're not going to finish the challenge if you end up running out of ammo for all the other ones. So, but of course now this is currently the only weapon that we've got, so once we use it all up, we'll have to swap it out. But we got the flamethrower there, which you can sort of trigger slowly. So rather than just holding down the trigger, just shoot it in bursts. It's always a lot better to do. But yeah, just trying to keep your distance. And the best way of doing that is taking out enemies as soon as possible, really, to stop them from swarming in. And again, there's a rookie error. I think you can see my facial expression sometimes. I'm like, for God's sake, kind of thing, because I was saving that for a rainy day, but ultimately didn't end up happening. If you're coming to this for a decent strategy on how to do it, I would. I think there are much better guides to how to do this online. This is just an attempt. Like, if you want to see an idiot attempt it and somehow pass, and just to give you a confidence boost that maybe you can actually do it, this is the prime example, I feel like. Yeah, this is the last time that there will only be 10 zombies that come in at once. After that, it's going to start getting a little bit more intense. But yeah, so we're stocking up on a few weapons now. We're getting a little bit of wiggle room, but don't get carried away with it. So the quicker that you can deal with these white ones, especially, because they can very easily overwhelm you. Especially considering you don't really have the proper means to be able to take them out unless you've got very specific weapons. So yeah, I'm even watching myself doing it, even though I know this is a successful attempt. Even my heart's in my mouth a little bit watching it. But yeah, at this point you are just sort of sticking to the strategies that you've got. But yeah, flashbangs also work in emergency scenarios, just to slow everyone down for a minute, get yourself into a better position. And then, was this? No, okay. I was wondering if this was the moment I used the first rocket, because just like with the flamethrower backpacks, use that in an area with a lot of zombies, and it will obviously be a very efficient use. But I think this is where I use. Where did I use that? I think that was the backpack flamethrower. So there we go. So we've got a full heal now, which we're going to keep a hold of until we desperately need it. You don't want to just be like, oh, I'm on caution, but I've got a break, I'll take that health. Don't use it really until you either get poisoned or you're on danger, because you're going to want to make sure that you've got as much backup as possible there. But obviously we've run out of space there for that shotgun, but it just means that once we do end up using it, using more of our ammo. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's another wasted one there. But we could just dispose of it and pick up the shotgun. But yeah, definitely try and hold on to the shotgun as best you can. That will sometimes mean that you've got to get right up in the face, because sometimes you can genuinely be quite up close and it won't kill them, which can be very annoying, and obviously it's sort of a waste when you can get it as a one-hit kill. But yeah, at this point we are doing fairly well. Using the flashbangs is a good idea just to sort of get yourself some breathing room. But obviously target the backpacks if you can. I think we managed to get a multi-kill there, which means that we've got another dropped backpack, and there's another one down there as well, so we're building up a little bit of space to breathe, I suppose. But of course, once you take that full heal as well, as we did not too long ago, you get double health for a limited time, I think. I think it's for a couple of minutes. So you can take more damage. So if you only use that to get more kills, get them to drop backpacks and ammo with a bite, rather than a being actually shot, then do so. Yeah, we're out of spark shots at the moment, so it's not looking too pretty, but we've got enough. We've got a decent amount of supplies to. Okay, I'd forgotten I did that. Yeah, that was quite lucky. I was expecting that to have been an explosion, but that's the only real way to deal with those white ones, other than spark shot, is just to actually blow them up. So it was for the best there, I think. But they will go down with other weapons, but it's going to take a lot to do it. So it's always just easier getting it done with whatever the heaviest thing is you've got, because they can deal a lot of damage, and you can find that they will quite overwhelm you. So you're down to caution again there, and everything's getting a little bit intense, but we've always got our handy backup. I don't think we're getting any more herbs, or if we do, it's not going to be for a while. So at that point, even though you really should be holding out your herbs for the to make a full herb, to a full heal, sometimes it is better just to use it just to give you a quick boost. As you can see, we've got a lot of people together here, so I'm just thinking, why don't we do a big old explosion? 85, and that finishes that wave. 71 to 85 as a 15 one, and you can see we've got another couple of miniguns there, and 15 more zombies to kill. So at this point I'm like, okay, it's looking a little bit more promising. I think this is as far as I'd gotten. I think before this I'd gotten up to like 77, I believe. But yeah, we're getting there. At this point, just trying to be as efficient as you possibly can be. We do have another backpack coming in, so if you've got to hold out for that, and hold out for that. But at this point, if you've still got a decent amount of ammo and still are able to kill until the backpack guy comes in, you're pretty safe. But they'll only come in a little bit at a time, so you've got to make your way through the rest of the zombies until they come in. Obviously, you can see a lot of them are armoured, poisonous. The white ones, it's challenging looking, but I do a little bit of a Hail Mary here, and I'm thinking, oh, should I do this? But then, like, once these guys are out, more people come in, and then maybe the backpack ones, so I can actually take out, because obviously it'll pass through the aisles, the damage. You just shoot at the floor. Actually, no, that's not what I do here. Actually, I should probably have rewatched this back before I did this commentary. I realise now. Obviously, the flamethrower comes in, so I'm like, oh, that's actually a saving grace. I'll just use that, and that does the job nicely. So now I'm like, okay, now I've still got another rocket launcher to go as well. As you can see, 2 people with backpacks coming in. I'm thinking, all right, okay, and just wait for that door to come in. 98. This might be it. This might be it. Let's get really unlucky. Okay. I think this is it. Right. 2 more to go. I've got plenty of spark shots. Okay. Right, well, they're both down here, so let's just take it easy. There's one. Come on. Where are you? There you is. Boom. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've done it. I have done it. Well, is that the first time I've completed that challenge on my own? I did it in the count. Hell yeah. Oh. Phew. That was... You know what? I'm not going to lie. Even though that took me quite a few attempts to do, that was actually really fun. We got the gunslinger thing, which means we now, for the rest of the Ghost Survivor modes, have infinite ammo. So, yeah, which will make so the next episode I've already half done. I half did 3 years ago. That means I can finish that as well. So let's just have a look at that accessory. Where are we? Yeah, we got cat ears. Hobby score will be equipped to your equipment accessory that gives you infinite ammo. That's fine. There you go. Whew. Okay. Alright guys, that is going to wrap it for this particular little episode. I don't know how I'm going to edit it. Will I just do my full successful attempt, maybe cut in some of my failed attempts or times that I got close as well? I don't know. That is a massive hurdle off my back now. The only things I've got to do to wrap up now, so you've got the first half of the extra challenges next time. We did everything except for run through them a second time. Well, running through the maps completely, because it becomes a lot easier with infinite ammo, so we just decided to wait until that. Although I'm going to do that on my own. I think what we did do is we collected all of the ghost raccoons. That's all done. So I'll go in and do that. Other than that, the only other thing I've got to do is another run through the main game without using any healing items, basically. Recovery items, I think is specifically what it's called. But now that we've got the infinite rocket launcher and infinite minigun as well from doing the S+ speedruns, that shouldn't be an issue, hopefully. I'm not going to include that, and maybe I'll cut in like the last minute or so when I actually get the record, but I'm not going to do a whole other playthrough. I'm not going to stream it because I've already streamed this game enough times. But yeah, I'm so glad that that is over and done with now. So that's the biggest hurdle of this Let's Play done. All good stuff. Before we wrap up, let me just take a second to thank my amazing patrons. My £5 patron is Ron Hyler. You can find links to his channel as well as my other £3 patrons in the description down below, and exclusive credit to my £1 patrons. Thank you so much everyone, it is truly appreciated and it goes a long way to help with the channel. If you do wish to become a patron and directly support the channel, you can follow the link down in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.